All phones on silent, please.
I'm expecting a very important call from the
iPads.
From the Munchkin in Chief.
The Munchkin in Chief.
Oopa oopa, crumpety doo. You need to start making notes like you.
You need to start making notes like me. This is episode like 43, and you just now thought of that.
Can you scooch over?
Yeah.
Towards the barrel.
I can't see. We've got nothing on this monitor.
I know.
I guess we can try recording until it cuts off.
We
Hey.
can't record because your dog's barking. And we're back. And we're back. And notice anything different?
No.
No, nothing at all.
Everything's clean.
Hey, it's been a while.
It's been a long time. Look, there's still dust here.
Oh,
Look at that.
who was
Who
the?
put the bottles back up here?
I don't know.
You did?
Nope.
So anyway,
So we've been out of commission for a while.
doing a little remodeling job.
Yeah, did all new floors and painted the walls, took out some walls, did some things.
Added
New
some
lighting, so
electrical.
our lighting might be odd.
Yeah.
So our next big project hopefully is working on the studio itself. I have this freeloader that's got stuff that's just hanging in there. I got to get it out. So today we're going to do the last Arctic Velvet that we have. We've tried the Arctic Velvet whiskey. We gave it a 5 barrel. We've tried the Arctic Velvet cognac, and we gave it a 5. What you looking for?
I was just kind of looking back there to see where it went.
Oh, the whiskey's there. I think the Velvet is in the cabinet. And now we have the Arctic Velvet vodka. There is an Arctic Velvet gin, but we don't have that. And I actually placed a fairly significant order back in December-ish, and it's never come in, and now it's July. I'm headed out to Italy in a week.
Yeah, and then your
And-
daughter went and had babies,
Yeah.
so
I'm headed to Italy in a week, and we are finally just gonna tell the Arctic Velvet people to cancel the order and refund us because we've had so much trouble getting it, which is really sad because I really like this. But when I go next week to visit my daughter, that's potentially the last time I'll be in Italy because they're moving back to the States. So unfortunately, this will be our last Arctic Velvet, and that also means that I will be slowly sipping the rest.
be sad. You'll have your sad face.
Might have
on.
to put it in the safe. So, yep. So that's why we haven't had an episode in a couple weeks, is just because of all the remodel and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's been really hot, and we're worn out after a long day that probably shouldn't be drinking. And
I did 1,000 pounds of concrete today, so
1,000.
yeah,
Okay.
it was heavy. I poured one bag, 1,000-pound bag of concrete.
1,000-pound bag. Yeah. I don't believe that.
No, luckily they make them in 50-pound bags now.
Okay, so Arctic Velvet, back to this is 40%, 80 proof. It's 5 times distilled. The Velvet, the whiskey, the cognac is a little different.
Yeah.
And it's distilled from a 2,000-year-old spring water or 2,000-year-old glacier water from Greenland. And like I say, the last two that we've tried, the whiskey and the
They were
cognac,
very good.
we gave them 5s. I think it's the only of the 3 5s I gave, or we've given, only 2 has been that. So let's give this a try. Can you tell us about our glasses today? Why are we doing these instead of Glencairn?
Because it's vodka and it's like you don't really smell and
Yeah. So we have these.
Oh dang, Cody.
We have these
He
vodka
feels so
jars.
left
Yeah.
out.
Okay, so the cost is about $80 US. So this will put it as a 1 barrel.
Yeah, and our whole system here is not really applicable to vodka.
We've had this discussion quite a bit about would the barrel system work for gins and tequilas and rums and vodkas, and I think it would be close. I think it would work.
Well, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Because I think this is really the first vodka that we
Yeah, it's the first vodka that we've reviewed.
tried.
Sorry.
And I think as vodka's going, we're kind of setting the bar kind of high. I don't know. We haven't tried it
We
yet.
haven't tried. Actually, I've had some.
Oh,
We're setting it pretty high.
bastard.
Pretty high. All right. So 1 barrel because of cost. Let's look at aroma. So we have the sharp alcohol for you that are just joining us, or since it's been a few weeks. We have 1 is a sharp alcoholic aroma. 2 is a pungent, so you can get that alcohol, but it's like really pungent. 3 is mild, doesn't really assault the senses. 4 is light. You can get a nice light flavored aroma without any alcohol bitterness to it. And then 5 is pleasant. It's just you can smell the different ingredients and stuff. Now, vodka is normally
Yeah, and I've
a
already
neutral.
smelled this, and I'm already putting this as a light. I don't think
yeah.
it can go as a pleasant because
Right.
there's no like. And how's yours, Cody? Oh, that's right. You didn't get none.
So I will say we're dealing with a new camera, so we can't see ourselves because it won't connect. And Cody's got to stay sober and on task and not play with his phone or anything, so he can keep an eye on whether we're still recording or not. And he just turned his back on me, so I believe we're still recording. All right, so we both give it a 4 as
Yeah, it's
light.
like there's a slight hint of alcohol-y there.
Yeah,
but
it's-
no, it's not like.
And I think a lot of the reasons that Arctic Velvet is getting these 5s is because they're, 5 times distilled?
Yeah,
What's that? Quad plus 1? I'm not a math guy. All right.
that's 5. 5.
Flavor. Flavor 1 is very alcoholic flavor. 2, bitter but palpable, which is, to me, what most vodkas are. They're kind of...
Yeah, most vodkas I would say was a
Yeah.
2.
3, moderate.
you put it in
4
the
is
freezer.
pleasant, and 5 is rich, and that's because of the flavor. So we already know this will be kind of handicapped because of the system.
It's not gonna be
Yeah.
rich.
Are you sure? Vodka's not supposed to be flavorful, and this is
No.
pretty flavorful. I like this flavor. Can't really tell you what flavor I'm tasting.
It's glacier. It's probably a
It's a
masterdon.
flowery.
It's a masterdon that was in the glacier. They got ground.
Neanderthals and yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a rich. I'm just going with the pleasant.
It's got a flowery flavor to me.
It does have kind of a, not really a vodka. It's more of a deep flavor than
Right.
most vodkas. It's kind
So you're gonna put this at maybe like a 4?
I'm gonna go 4.5.
4.5, okay. So we got a 1 as a cost. We both have 4 as aroma, and I'll go 4.5 too as flavor. So that is 8.5, 9.5 right there. So we're getting really close to being a full 4 barrel if we can
And I already know what the bite is on this.
Okay, what do you think?
This is smooth. It's
Yeah. There's
once again Arctic Velvet did not disappoint.
correct. And again, I'm biased because I love their whiskey and I love their cognac. So I'm a little bit biased towards them, but yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's a smooth, but it's not mild. I mean, it's a 4.5, 5. I mean, I'd go with the 5.
I'm going with a 5 because it's like when you're drinking it, to me it's almost like a liqueur or something almost. It doesn't got, and it's 40 proof.
So it's about
And there's a red dot.
80%.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like it.
Okay, so let me add these up. One for cost. I don't have my papers with me. One for cost. We said 4 for aroma, so that's 5. 4.5 for flavor, so that's 9.5. And we just gave it a 5 for bite, so that is 14.5. So that's a 4 barrel.
Yeah,
It's just basically rounded up to 16, 4 barrel.
I'd say 4 barrel. It's like 4.
Would you pull the bonus barrel?
I'd probably definitely give it a 4.5.
Okay.
The only thing that's keeping me from the 5 is the cost.
Well, but that's the
But
bonus
that's
barrel is
the bonus barrel.
either gonna. I mean, we could take it up a half. I don't know what to do because I'm not a vodka person.
I'm giving it a.
I'm going to defer to you.
I'm gonna go 4.5.
Okay, so we'll give Arctic Velvet Vodka 4.5.
I think just because the rarity of it and the cost, it can't be a 5.
So tell me, because I'm not a vodka person, how do you drink these? When I was a kid, and when I mean a kid in college, 30 years ago, I used to drink a lot of tequila and a lot of vodka, but I just drink it, guzzle it. I'd go through a 5th in a sitting.
And I drink vodka all the time, and I keep mine in the freezer because makes it not so harsh. But I would put this in a highball glass.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 1 or 2 ice cubes on it.
Okay.
This is so good. I would not mix it.
So my wife has gotten into martinis. Would you have this in a vodka martini?
Definitely, I would do this a martini.
Like with a lemon twist or something?
I don't know what that is. I'm a man. I do
it James Bond vodka martini with a lemon twist?
a dirty.
Are you saying James Bond isn't a man?
I do it. It depends on which one.
Not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred. Vodka
I do a dirty martini
What's dirty?
with. Did it just go off again or?
No. What's dirty?
It's with olive juice instead of vermouth.
Okay. Like that green olive juice? See, I don't like that.
No, it's so good.
Would you put like blue Caraca or anything in it?
No,
No.
I don't think I would mess with this. It's so good.
It's kind of nice, not shots, but just sitting here sipping it.
And I have to admit, I usually do my martinis or gin martinis. So
that's something I'm just now getting into because my first exposure to gin was awful. I hated it. It's the grossest thing I ever had.
I love gin.
And my wife likes gin martinis as well, and she's kind of got me onto that. And when we went to London and did a bunch of gin, I was like, okay, I could do this. So my first experience must have been with just some really crappy gin.
Well, if you get cheap gin, it tastes like a pine tree. So
Yeah. So, all right, Arctic Velvet, 4.5.
it's good.
It's good.
I'd recommend everybody should have this in their. Except for you have to go to Iceland to get it.
Yeah.
So
My daughter's doing one last email exchange with the vendor in Germany, to try to get our order, because we ordered some more whiskey, some gin, another thing of vodka, because they have this cool polar bear vodka bottle, but I don't think we could get that, and another cognac. And I'm so disappointed with the distributor that we can't get it. Just upset. I would like to go for an extended stay so I could just drive up and get it, because we've been working basically since Christmas trying to get this order, and I just don't know what to do anymore. So I'm really upset that this is probably our last sample, because they still have a gin out there.
Unless somebody wants to go on vacation in Iceland.
Well, my wife and I like to travel to Europe, and when we do, we'll look for it. But this is sold in such few places in the world that it's very difficult. So I think she and I are just going to have to head to Switzerland or Germany to pick it up, because that's mainly where it's sold. Or back to Greenland. No, it's not sold in Iceland.
Greenland.
Greenland. So. All right, well, cheers.
All right, cheers.
And make sure you check out the Twitter, the Facebook, not the Facebook. We don't have a Facebook, do we?
I don't think
No.
so.
Check out Twitter, the YouTube channel, which you're watching, the blog, the webpage.
Yeah, we've been
Bourbonandbooze.com. We're out of touch. It's been 2 weeks.
We've been doing other things. So
It's actually been longer than 2 weeks.
yeah. All right.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Merch, all that stuff.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you next time.
All
Bye.
right, laters. You better go check that. Better pour your boyish.